everybody.
It
I'm
is.
Tori.
I'm Courtney, and we're your bitch pack friends.
We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about a new movie that came out. We're going to be talking about our girl Amelia Dimoldenberg and Chicken Chop Date, and can't forget Taylor Swift. So
hmm
let's get into it. Let's kick it off with Woman of the Hour, new show dropped on Netflix last weekend. This is more something that's more up Courtney's alley normally, but I asked you to watch it, and you did. What'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't realize when you asked me to watch it, I didn't know Anna Kendrick was in it. I would have been even more excited had you told me that, but I was really excited to see her. And she directed it, which is wild.
Yeah, her first, her directorial debut, which I thought, I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of directing, but I thought she did a bang up job. I was really impressed. I thought it was
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful story, beautifully told. The shots
hmm
were spot on. Yeah, I was impressed with it.
Yeah, I liked it. Was it supposed to be like a horror or more of like a drama? Because it wasn't, I
Mm,
wouldn't say it was scary. It was just
yeah. I thought it was going to be
wild.
scarier than it was, but yeah, I don't think I think it might be classified as horror
hmm
technically, just because it's about serial killing.
Yeah. We're like, it's not scary. But it's I mean, what's happening is scary, but you're not sitting there watching it terrified like a horror movie.
At any point, did you feel scared?
No.
What
I
about
felt
when
scared
she's in the
for them, but
What about when she's in the parking lot and he's chasing her down and you're like, "Get away."
um
Because I didn't know if she was going to live or not.
yeah,
I was scared
I
at that
wasn't sure
point.
what was going to happen, but and it made me a little nervous, but that was the closest to a scary movie I got.
Okay. What about knowing that it's based on a true story? Did that do
Wild.
anything for you?
I love movies based on true stories, especially scary ones. And I
Yeah.
forgot it was based on a true story until the end when it starts rolling out the facts,
Mhm.
in the text. So that was a nice little ending.
Yeah, I went back and
Something I didn't like is how the timeline jumped a little bit.
oh yeah. That was confusing to me too. Cuz
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
like,
like, why didn't
God.
they just do it in order?
Yeah. I think they were I don't know why they did that either. But it made me yeah, it was disorienting a little bit, I think.
hmm Maybe to keep your attention. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess he killed like 130 people, which is
Yeah.
a lot.
It's naughty. Don't do that.
I went back and watched the interview or the clip of the dating game that he was on, and the guy that is playing him like looks exactly like him. It's kind of
Really
weird. Yeah, he has like
creepy.
that tooth and he's like and he has they hit the look of him being like kind of handsome but also like kind of a creep. And like
Yeah.
I listened to a couple of interviews where like everybody said that he was like kind of handsome and kind of charming, but also just like a creepy dude that like made inappropriate jokes and stuff. But usually
hmm
like gave him like you could see how he would get close to people because people would be like, "Oh, he's just playing," or like,
Charming.
"Yeah, yeah."
Yeah. I thought the same. Like he's definitely not ugly.
Hmm.
He doesn't like first glance. He doesn't look like somebody who's off raping and killing people.
Hmm.
Looks
Yeah,
artsy, I guess.
just get take a girl out to dinner. What is the
Right. We do not ask for much.
But well, one thing I thought was interesting is that there was one article I read about the movie that said that it's like one of the maybe the only movie about serial killers that's not like glorifying the serial killer. Like it's about the women and like it's
hmm
focuses on Anna Kendrick in particular, but like it's about like her story of encountering him and how she felt and how she perceived him and how she got away from him. Obviously it's kind of about him too, but it's not like a deep
He's not
dive
like the
in
main character.
yeah, it's not like a deep dive into like the inner workings of his mind and trying to understand him and getting like some sort
hmm
of like sick satisfaction out of like what a twisted genius he is.
It's not like the Joker.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Which I thought was a pretty cool take to make it more like it's obviously like a very like female centric movie, but
hmm
to make it like not about him and more about the women that encountered him, I
hmm
thought was a pretty cool way to tell the story.
I would have liked if the girl, the really young girl at the end, the one who got away and like got him arrested, I would have liked more of her because I
Mm.
think we would have been more invested in the entire story if we like had her backstory
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
to really root for her. Not that
Yeah.
you're not rooting for her, but you get it.
Yeah. She had potential. Like, I mean, yeah, she's I think one of the more most likable people. But I think you're right that there's potential to even like love her more because
Mm-hmm.
she was cool and
She was
smart.
very cool, smart as hell.
And that also I was reading is true. Like that really happened. Is like
Yeah.
she did the thing of like let's not tell anybody about this, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why he didn't kill her. Is because he's like,
Genius.
okay, we won't tell anybody.
Which like you would assume she had been through something like this before and like knew to stay calm and chill. Which because like
Mm-hmm.
who else would have even had the thought process to figure out that's what I should say?
Yeah. Do you think that it's hard to like put myself in the mindset of like the 70s or the 60s of like people hitchhiking and stuff. Whenever I see stories like this, I'm like, there's so much trust that you have to have like in a stranger. Like he always gets somebody to trust him a little bit, obviously enough to be alone with him.
Over and over again, apparently.
And I'm like, I wonder if I would do that. Like now, like you have cell phones, you have like you pretty much like can't get away with anything anymore, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wonder like when I watch stuff like this, if I lived back then, like would I just be like, yeah, this guy wants to take my picture?
I can answer that for you. Yes, you would have gone with him. I know you. You would say yes for sure. You'd be like, I have nothing else to do. Let's go.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
I'd be dead.
But like you said,
W-
sign of the times right there is
would you have
trusting.
done that?
I don't like where I am now. No. In my 20s, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah. But even like like Uber now, like my parents still kind of think Uber is weird. They're like, "You get in a car with a stranger?" And it's
It's a
like,
little sketchy.
"Yeah, it's what you do. Like it's what you do. It's fine."
But wasn't there like an Uber serial killer at one point?
Yeah, bad things happen to people in Uber sometimes,
Yeah, that does happen.
but it's like not a lot.
It's not common.
The chances are good. You
Yeah,
want to
you should
yeah.
be fine.
Um but yeah, well, and ironically now there's like so much like there's good DNA. There's everybody's tracking on their being tracked with their phone and everything. So now I bet if you actually did want to hitchhike, you'd be fine because
Probably.
it's like you can't get away with this is so weird. You can't get away with murder today like you could back in the
It's true though, because you get in somebody's car and they see you have your iPhone
Mhm.
and they have their iPhone. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure somebody could link that together.
Yeah. Like literally anytime I've been in a situation where I feel unsafe, I just get out my phone and I'm like nobody
Look at me.
like you can
You're
kill
like,
me but somebody's going to find out.
I have lots of people I'm sharing my location with.
Yeah. Um but I also like one thing I liked about this movie too is that so you know how Anna Kendrick's character, she has that guy that she's running lines with and he like makes a pass at her and then she
Hmm.
doesn't want to do anything, but then she feels bad and then she's like, "Fine, let's just sleep together." Like
Yeah,
I feel like
whatever.
I'm glad that they included that because I feel like that's such a like common female experience and it's like
Hmm.
connected with this it's like obviously like it's a way less severe like it's at the other end of the spectrum it's like way less severe than like getting raped and murdered but it's the
Hmm.
same like vibe of like I feel
It
like I have
is.
like this guy is more powerful than me and I need to just make him like I need to just submit to his will
Yes,
and
like God forbid you piss off a man.
yeah.
And it's like she immediately could tell that things were awkward. So she was like, let's have another drink.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like every woman watching that is like, "Ugh, yeah, been there.
Mhm. And we're all going, don't do it.
Just go home.
Go
You
home.
don't
All the
need
way
this.
home. Not even LA home, all the way home.
Go all the way home."
Like she
Yeah.
did in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. That's It reminded me of La La Land where she like goes home. She's like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, I have a confession. I don't think I've watched the entire La La Land.
Oh my gosh.
I've tried.
Courtney,
I
you
tried
don't.
one time. And I like musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Ryan Gosling and I like Emma Stone, and I couldn't make it through that movie.
What about it?
It was just that nothing was happening. I didn't really like the music. I was bored.
How far did you get?
10 seconds.
Okay.
I don't actually know. It was one of those things where I like turned it on and then I just eventually wasn't paying any attention without like trying not to pay attention, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like I was never like, I'm not watching this movie anymore. It just like
Sure.
happened.
Okay. Well, it's one of my favorite movies, and I think
Do
you
you
should
think I
give
should
it
try again?
I think you should try again.
How long is it?
It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
It's
I was gonna say,
kind
if
of
it's
long.
3 hours.
No.
I leave my 3-hour windows to you know who.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Taylor Allison Swift.
Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
All right. So, would you recommend Woman of the Hour to anyone?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
To everyone. Yeah, I think it's a good watch.
Yeah, I thought it was a good watch too. Hopefully, more to come from Anna
but
Kendrick
maybe
directing.
Maybe don't watch if you're like already depressed.
Yeah. One of my coworkers now like loves scary movies, and so on the rare occasions where I do watch a scary movie, I always tell him about it. But he's like, don't ever recommend a movie to me where a woman is just getting the crap beat out of her. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to recommend this.
Noted. Not his kind of horror.
Which I respect that that's not something he enjoys watching.
He's not into it. Yeah, that's true. Red flag if it is.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can handle some violence and some sad stories, would recommend. But it also it makes me want so many trigger warnings. It also makes me want to do a road trip across America, like when they're
that would make you want to go on a road trip
in my own car.
That's better.
Or a bus trip, a train trip.
You're watching girls get murdered, and you're like, that looks so nice.
I'm like, I gotta go.
I gotta do that.
I gotta see this place.
Send me your location.
I will. All right. So, all right, Woman of the Hour would recommend. The other big thing that dropped this weekend was that chicken shop date with Andrew Garfield. I've seen everybody online talking about it. And sparks are flying.
I didn't watch it, so you have to tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, the context is that Andrew Garfield has never been on Chicken Shop Date. She says she's been trying to book him for multiple years, which makes sense to me. He's a big, high-profile guy. But she also, Amelia does interviews like on the red carpet and stuff. And whenever she interviews Andrew Garfield, like she flirts with everybody. That's like her thing, right? And it's hilarious.
They're on a date.
Yeah. And when you're interviewing people on the red carpet, you're always like, oh, you look amazing, whatever. But there's like so many clips of her interviewing Andrew Garfield and like her like brazenly hitting on him and her like him like flirting back at her. And it's really cute. And so
everybody loves it, basically.
Yeah, everybody's eating it up. And
they ship it.
He likes funny women. He dated Emma Stone for like 6 years. And I love that for him. And so he finally came on Chicken Shop Date, and he's just like, he like kind of not took over, but he's like anticipating all of her questions, and she's like setting up all these jokes, and he's like being real. And he's like, do you think we could really go on a date? Like if all this wasn't here, like would you go on a date with me? And then she's just like so awkward and embarrassed, and she's like I don't know. She's like, we should just be friends. And I was like, dang it, Amelia,
how dare you?
I was like, you don't deserve this.
The world has been rooting for you, and you just throw it in the trash.
Then and to her credit, she was like, oh no, did I just mess this up? And he's like, I think you did.
Shit.
But yeah, it was really cute because she was doing her whole shtick of, just, rizzing him up and throwing pickup lines at him. And he's like, yeah, but do you think we could be together? What are you looking for? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have children? It
sounds like he played her game better than she did.
Yeah. Yeah, and even that, she's like, I don't know. She's like, I could get married, I could have children, I could take it or leave it. And it's like, Amelia, come on, get it together.
This is Andrew Garfield.
You're blowing this.
Crazy person.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You gotta see it for yourself. But I think they could. I think if she gets it together and maybe is a little bit not so defensive and not just trying to put on jokes, and she actually meets him where he's at, I think it could happen.
It could happen. She's like, I'm working. Wait until we turn the cameras off.
And she did the thing where he was like, do you think we could go on a real date without all the cameras? And she's like, this is a real date. And
yeah. This is a real date. What a job. Can you imagine that being your job?
I respect her so much for setting this up for herself.
She did good.
She's a genius.
She is.
But yeah, I think Andrew and he just like talks so deeply about like he turned 40 and he's like, I just feel like makes you rethink your life and settling down and finding someone, and he's like, what do you think about that?
He's like very poetic, I've noticed. Just like in like the recent months, I'm like, wow, that guy, he's got a lot of feelers. And he's smart.
Yeah, he's a feely guy. And I've seen him do interviews too. I think his mom died a couple years ago, and he's like spoken pretty openly about like his grief with that. And yeah, he just seems like very emotionally intelligent. Like he seems like he would be a really good partner. And Amelia's just striking out. He's just serving
like
himself up
Taylor
for her.
Swift.
Yeah, he is. He's a poet.
He's a poet. Aristotle.
Yeah, yeah, so hopefully more to come on that. Hopefully we see them out and about. It would be a great PR if they just went out on a date. Yeah. But like, I think she's cool. Like, she's smart, she's funny, she's really pretty. Like,
yeah, what's not to love?
Let's get this going. What's the problem, you guys?
Yeah, what's the hold up? That's why he finally agreed. Trying to get the girl.
He's like, it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So Andrew Garfield is the male Taylor Swift.
Yep. He's got feelings. He's a poet.
What's going on with the real Taylor Swift?
Well,
what's Taylor been up to?
What's Taylor up to? So she did her Miami shows. She got a new Reputation outfit, but has not said a word about Reputation Taylor's version.
Not one word. We've been waiting for over a year.
The only thing she said, she was like, I got some new outfits and I love when you guys notice. It's like, ma'am, yeah, we noticed. And did you notice there's a 2 on the back?
I saw that. Yeah.
The 2s are still everywhere. I thought the 2s were done after we got Torture Post Department. But we're still getting all the 2s. What do you think it means?
I don't know how to speculate on this. I think, what day are you're going to the New Orleans show this weekend, right? Is it this weekend?
My show's Saturday.
Saturday. It could be 2 more shows away.
Oh my god! If
so
she
Friday's
announces
1, Saturday's 2.
If she announces Reputation Taylor's version in front of my face, I hope they have EMS on scene because I'm gonna need resuscitation. I would not be okay.
Well, I hope you end up in the ER on Saturday. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I also love, what is the song? I think it's Daylight, where she says, I used to think love was burning red, but it's golden. And then she switched her outfit from red to gold. Are you kidding me? And then she sang Daylight.
She's a poet.
What a bitch.
What a fucking bitch. How dare you make us cry every day of our lives. She's messing with us. And she knows we know. But she's making us wait 10 years.
She knows we're pissed and she doesn't care, which makes me think that it's going to be worth the wait. I think
that'd be okay. So speaking of worth the wait, I don't know what the 2 means, but what I hope it means is that we have like double Reputation songs.
Double Reputation songs.
Like Reputation, like there's so many vault tracks that it's a whole other album.
Okay. Yeah. What's your take on the theory of the 2 album theory, the Karma/Reputation TV?
So I know some people think it's that, and some people think it's debut and Reputation. Like she'll take back her name and her reputation at the same time. But I'm like, that doesn't make me feel as much as like Karma and Reputation or Reputation and Reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. We're probably all wrong, like always.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think she's hyped. Like she's literally spent a year hyping up Reputation TV, and I feel like she needs to give Debut a lot more love before she drops it if she wants people to be excited about it.
Well, and like some people think she's going to drop Debut first. And can you imagine how disappointed everyone would be? She's not going to do that.
I don't think she will.
We would all be like, "What? We don't want this.
Yeah.
Give us the snakes."
Yeah, people are very into the snakes right now. People are into her bad girl Reputation era.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's enough. I think her current fan base, a lot of people are not familiar with debut era Taylor Swift. And
Like the
so,
younger girls.
yeah, the younger girls are even like so many people became fans after Reputation. And
Fair.
if you go back and listen to her whole discography, you probably don't spend a ton of time on debut, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
came to Taylor Swift because of Reputation. It's just like too
Yeah.
different.
I do feel like that's where she really took off was Reputation. So I think you're right.
But I think like I love her first album, and I think she loves her first album, and I think she loves her 16-year-old self, and I think she's
Yeah.
gonna honor that album and that version of herself with like I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna do like a special tour. I don't know if she's gonna bring out like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill or whatever to like do some songs with her. But I don't think she's just gonna drop it out the blue. I think she's gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you seen all these other pop stars trying to do country?" She's like, "I put out the best album ever back in
Yeah.
2006, baby."
Remember this? Well, and she knows it deserves that like spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think with everybody waiting for Rep TV, I think she knows that debut needs its own time to shine.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. And I
Mm-hmm.
would not I would be surprised if she drops debut TV before the tour is done. It's
You would
only
be.
yeah. There's only
Well,
6 weeks left on this tour.
yeah, I'm almost to the point where I don't even want to say it out loud, but I would be surprised if we even got Reputation before the tour is done at this point.
You might be right.
I know. Because I thought for sure she was gonna just drop it in Florida. And
Yeah.
then we'd have I Did Something Bad on the set
Mhm.
list. I already told you I thought that was gonna happen. And now I'm like, I don't see her adding anything in new at this point unless she does it like the last show.
Yeah. Well,
Which
she
stresses me out because I wanted to see I Did Something Bad.
maybe you'll get
I'm
it as a surprise
pissed.
song.
No, I want the whole shebang
Okay. Yeah.
with the whole
Well, and
band.
that makes me question. I'm like, what was she doing when she wasn't at those? Remember, she missed those 2 Chiefs games, and we were like, it's because
Yeah.
she's doing her rep choreography.
Maybe
I
she was
guess
finally
not.
resting.
I guess she was taking a nap.
Maybe she finally relaxed a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe she was doing choreography with Florence Welch. Was Florence
That
at
could
all
be.
3 Miami shows,
I
or
think it was just the
just the
first
one?
or second.
Okay.
I don't know what one it was. I think it was just
Okay.
one though.
Okay. And she got her last rain show in,
Yeah. Oh
which was
my
cute.
God. The cinema.
The drama.
So
The
dramatic. And you
drama.
could tell she looked like she could run through a wall.
I tell you what, God has blessed her because she a lot of things really line up.
She is
Like
blessed.
he's like, let's give her a range show.
Yeah. That's why people think she
Or
is
she's a
like
witch.
a witch. They're like, and she's Mother Nature.
One of those two is certainly happening.
Listen, everybody loves Taylor Swift, including our universe. It'll rain just for her.
So all right, so the New Orleans, what do you know about New Orleans? It's inside. I know that.
It's inside, and that is all I know.
You've
I
decided.
I don't know anything about New Orleans, but I'm sure it'll be spooky because it's like a spooky town anyway, and it's Halloween. So I want to do like a cemetery tour, which obviously has nothing to do with Taylor, but
Oh,
like while we're
sick.
there, it'd be weird
Yeah.
if we didn't.
Yeah, that's cool. There's lots of jazz, but it sounds like you don't like jazz because you don't like La La Land.
I do like jazz, but I have
Okay.
to be in like a very specific mood for it.
Okay. I don't know much about New Orleans either. Have you been there before?
Hmm. Never.
Okay. And
My
you've already
husband's been a
told.
bunch of times, and he's like, "You can't go there by yourself." I'm like, "I tried to get you to go. Looks like I'm going by myself because you don't want to go."
Remember when your husband almost got us a chauffeur to go to see Taylor Swift in Detroit?
Almost.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he's almost done.
Well, I thought it was very thoughtful.
Yeah. He told me the other day that he almost got me tickets to the indie show. I'm like, you know, there's no fucking way you almost did. You might have looked at them, but at no point in time were you like getting them. I'm like, where are they? Where are the tickies?
He did almost get you tickets to the Chicago show, though, right?
Detroit, that's what he says. But again, no, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Prove
sure he
it.
looked. But looking is not the same as getting.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
It's
Do you
like
think
the time
he's
he said I was gonna surprise you with a trip to, I can't remember where I wanted to go, somewhere spooky. Where was all the witchcraft stuff, the trials?
Massachusetts?
Salem. Yeah, he was like, I was gonna surprise you with a trip to Salem, but I heard it's busy. I'm like, why would you even tell me? I would have still liked to. I don't care if it's busy. I want to go there.
That's funny. That
Oh
is
my
real,
God.
again, really
Like,
thoughtful.
but you didn't do it. Just because you looked into it. Do you want a pat on the back?
My brother went there once in like springtime and he said it was cool. He said it's like
Really?
Halloween all year.
Springtime?
Yeah, he said it's like
Ooh,
they're doing it all year. That's like their thing.
that's cool. Well, like end of summer then would probably slap because that's when I start
Ooh.
craving Halloween.
Yeah, and I bet the weather's amazing there. All right, and you also told me that you're definitely not going to Lana Del Rey's husband's alligator tour.
No, I will not be doing that.
Okay.
If he had a different job, maybe, but I'm not getting on one of those things
All right. Well,
in
fair
the
enough.
swamp.
All right. Well, can't wait to hear about it. If I ever go to New Orleans, I want to eat a beignet, which is like a little French donut. So if you see one, please have one for me.
I probably won't, but I'll take a picture of it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Is there anything else that we need to discuss? Share with the people?
I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to Taylor in New
Yeah.
Orleans and watch
I'm
Woman of the
gonna-
Hour and Chicken Shop Date if you haven't
That's right.
yet.
I'm gonna go get ready for the Eras tour.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We're your bitch pack friends.